Hello and welcome to the Slightly Sidetracked podcast. My name is Luke. I'm an attempted writer, YouTuber, and snake oil salesman. Today I'm joined once again by Jacob. We may be recording this sort of straight after the last one he was on, just whilst he's here, because I'm going to be moving away soon. But thank you very much for coming back.
That's alright, it's good to be back. You know? It seems like ages since we last did one of these.
So this time it's sort of like an experimental one, rather than just talking about something for a bit. This time I've sort of thought of some few of sort of improv based games, and I mean I'm sometimes okay at improv. I'm not amazing. And I often freeze.
Yeah,
I mean, we can
I'm
cut
not
out
brilliant,
pauses.
but we'll give it a go. I'm not fantastic myself, but we'll give it a go.
We'll see. So if it works, this podcast will go out. If we're just too bad, we'll leave it.
Just delete it.
Yeah.
No one will ever hear about it ever again.
Yeah. Right, so the first one I was going to try was I found a random TV show generator, and you can sort of select how many shows you want to pop up. Basically, the idea is we're going to try and combine two shows. I mean, I don't know whether we should work as a team or do it one by one to see which idea would be best. Maybe we can try all three.
Yeah.
So I selected the pick two, and it will sort of select two random shows, and then we're going to try and combine them and see what kind of series we can come up with these options. Okay, so I'm going to press the random generator button. And
Ooh,
we've got Suits and Lost. So, do you want to have a go at trying to think of what kind of series would involve sort of aspects from these two shows?
Oh, interesting. Right. Okay, here goes. I'm just going to put this out there right now. I've only seen one episode of Lost, but okay. Let's see what we can do. Right. Well, I know on Lost they're on this magical island with many strange mysteries that can appear around every corner. Yeah. So our ragtag group of survivors, they're wandering through this forest one day, and all of a sudden they stumble upon this door. Yeah. And through this door they enter in, and it's a boardroom with loads of lawyers who are all sitting down discussing about the island. You find out that this group of lawyers are the ones who created the island, and they're the ones who sent the survivors there, and you have this combined series, Suits meets Lost. Yeah. The answer's revealed. Ooh. It's just one series. It's only going to be a one series show. Not going to go any longer than that. But all those answers that I know loads of people kept saying weren't revealed in Lost, they all get answered in this grand scheme that unfolds.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like they've got loads of complaints coming in, and they're the lawyers for the island. If like the island was like its own being.
Yeah.
So like we've found this plot hole, and people are trying to sue the show.
Yeah. And so this is the combination of the two, and they're just like, let's try and settle this now.
Oh, wow. So, will the original cast from Lost be in it too?
The main characters.
Main characters, okay.
Which, having only seen one episode, I'm assuming it's that guy and the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go.
Well, I think it's more of an ensemble. I've only seen the first series.
Oh.
That's the sort of like the danger of this game. It's like... I mean, really, I've cut it out, but there was several shows before this that we didn't even know. So.
I mean, Suits, I've only ever seen the first series of that. I just know it's about lawyers, that's all I really know.
It's like, I think it's supposed to be good. I can't get into it because my family all got into it at the same time. Because it was on, I think it was on Netflix, or it was on like the Skybox.
It come on Dave as well for a bit.
Yeah, and they started watching it, but they all started watching it at different times.
Oh, right.
But because I was home, I sort of ended up watching the same episodes like 3 times or 4 times because I'd be in the room when they decided, I better catch up with everyone about Suits. So I kind of got sick of it because I was watching the same couple of episodes repeatedly. So I don't really want to get into it myself. But apparently it's supposed to be quite good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's gone on for quite a while. Maybe not as long as Lost.
5 or 6. Yeah, no, 3 or 4. I think they've done so far.
Yeah. Apparently it's supposed to be like sassy lawyers or something.
Yeah.
So I imagine. Maybe it's sort of the plane crash was all lawyers. No, they have no survival tactics. They don't know anything about how to survive, so they're struggling. and then they see like the polar bear. Apparently, there's a polar bear in Lost,
Oh right.
and there's like another secret society of people called Others and things like that. Maybe they all just go off, and to survive, they offer their services for free, and they each become a lawyer for the mythical creatures. Like they got one for the smoke creature, one for the polar bear, and things like that. And then it's just sort of a legal drama, a bit like Better Call Saul. They sort of have to do sneaky tactics to sort of solve their legal crimes. Like maybe like the smoke monster robbed the polar bear of like his fish, and like they need to prove it.
And so they get the lawyers in. Yeah, that sounds very good. Yeah, with the original cast members of Suits and Lost being it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just sort of, but all the side characters from Lost, not the actual people that crashed.
Oh right, so it's just loads of side characters.
But yeah, that's my idea anyway. So
that's
something like
good.
that. Shall we have another go?
Let's do it.
What's it come up with now? Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart, Rio, and Mythbusters. Well,
okay.
I don't know what that show is. I mean,
yeah. No.
what would you, if you saw the name Moon Lovers, what would you think the show would be about?
Well, I can see from the look of it, it's two Japanese people, so I'm assuming there's probably some weird shit going down. If I'm honest.
Okay, well, maybe they're sort of space travellers, and they only go to moons. They're not interested in planets.
Because they're moon lovers, after all.
Yeah. Or maybe they both live on separate moons. For that, Mythbusters. They're sort of, I guess they see rumours and then try and see whether they're true or not. I haven't seen the show.
I think I've heard of it. I believe they take myths or things that they, like theories that people have. Like I don't know, say for example, like isn't there something like you can't drown in custard or something like that?
Oh, right.
And they try and prove that to be wrong.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's about. I've never actually seen it, but that's what I would guess.
Okay,
from the...
maybe they've been given like their biggest budget yet for the latest series, and they've been told that there's some people sort of on the moon. There's like two people are living there. They sort of got married once and they moved up to the moon, and people are like, no, they can't have civilized. They can't have what's it called? Terraformed the moon. We need that for the oceans and things. So they go, well, we're going to go up and investigate. And sort of the first few episodes will be like them traveling to space. Maybe one of them will get like a space virus, and we have to see the myth of whether there's a cure or not. And eventually they get to the moon, and we find out whether there are two lovers on there.
And you find out there are, and they're two Asian people.
Yeah. So
that sounds good. That's a good show.
Yeah. Any suggestions?
Well, I'm just going on the picture for Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart, Rio. It looks like they are on Earth because it looks like a house in the background.
Oh, nice.
So I would imagine, right, here's what it is.
Yeah.
These two lovers, they've contracted, because they're lovers after all, they've contracted a wild STI that's never been discovered. And the Mythbusters hear about this and they're like, nah mate, we know all about all the STIs because we've all had them. No, they didn't say that. They're like, yeah, we know all about all the STIs. And so they're like, right, let's go over there and we'll bust it. And it's all about them going on a scientific journey and discovering that our moon lovers do in fact have a new STI that's been discovered.
So the virus is moon.
It is.
That's the name for it.
It's called Moon Lovers, the virus. No, it's called Scarlet Heart, the virus.
So is it like a virus where you start to get very low gravity?
Yes. Yeah, and you start to like float in the air, and you start to walk around saying "one small step for man" all the time. And then if you're with someone else who's got the virus as well, they say "one giant leap for mankind."
Yeah,
that's how it has to go.
Oh, nice. I mean, I don't really get commenters on my videos, and like now
you don't get one annoying guy, don't you?
Yeah, but if people do start commenting on videos, feel free to sort of like vote for favorite episodes.
Who you think your best ones?
Which show would you?
And suggest your own ideas.
If you were forced to watch our shows, which one would you go for? Okay, we'll do one more. Oh, we've got Mythbusters again. We'll skip that. Stargate and Revenge. I haven't seen either. I've seen trailers a lot for Revenge.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of trailers for it. I think I know kind of what it's about.
Well,
the woman's dad was kind of framed by a load of people for a crime, and so she's going around trying to like correct that.
Oh, okay.
Get back at all
like
these
getting
people.
revenge.
Yeah, getting revenge.
I do know it has several series. So does she like?
I don't think.
keep
Yeah,
getting revenge?
I think that's the first series was that, and then like after that it's about different things. Like I think she gets married in one episode.
Right.
I know that was the premise of the first series anyway.
Yeah.
Like her dad was wronged, and so she's out to get revenge.
Okay, so
Because the main character was Sharon Carter from
right.
Civil War and Winter Soldier.
And then there's Stargate, which is I think sci-fi adventures.
Yeah,
I haven't
it's like
seen this
space
one.
travel stuff, isn't it? I think.
I mean, the obvious one is just that setting revenge in space.
Yeah.
But
Well, no. Here's what happens. She's got her revenge. That series is done. She's got her revenge. She's had her wild romance with Cap, and she's like, all of a sudden, this government agency comes along, and they're like, "Oh, love, we sent this team up a few years ago."
Yeah.
Because I think Stargate probably came out before Revenge. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We sent this team up a few years ago, and they haven't got back to us in the last few years.
Oh no.
We need someone with your special skills
Yeah.
to
get revenge.
We need you to put together a team, and you need to go up there, and you need to find these things. And then when they get up there, they all find out, this crew, they find out that the government has actually been sending off these teams sporadically throughout history, and just to get reduce the population. And so it's all about them, this new team that she's a part of, getting their revenge on the government. Nice. And they team up with the old crew from Stargate SG-1 as well. It's like, right, let's all go get some revenge on Earth.
Wow, that sounds quite good. They're sort of like, maybe they're trying to find the other survivors of people who've been sent up.
Yeah.
And football them make a new civilization to fight back.
Yeah, to like grow and then fight back. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Not bad for something I just made up.
Right. Cool. Yeah, so that was game one. I think I kind of like that one, actually.
Yeah, that was very good, actually.
I'll have to make a link to remember the website, so I'll say it here. It's randomlist.com/randomtv. So nice. If you want to do the game, feel free. And so I'm going to move on to my second idea, which was trying to come up with our own TV show. So I've gone TV themed and film themed a lot for all these ideas, but this one is basically we're going to try and come up with a show using random word generator. So basically, first we'll click random words and then come up with our title, and then as we start, we'll use that title and try and think of ideas for it and think characters and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I'll keep randomly generating words, and then we have to include them into it.
Oh, right.
So first I'll try. You can choose on this one. It's called creativitygames.net/random word generator/random words. And you can choose how many random words you want to pop up. So for the title of the show, let's go with 3 words.
Nice.
Let's see what we get. Okay. Factory, pillow, and skin.
Lovely.
So that's going to be the title of the show. Factory, pillow, skin.
Factory, pillow, skin. That's a good title, that is, yeah.
What do you think? What automatically comes to mind if you heard the show
Factory, pillow, skin? Well, actually, I'm thinking it's a medical drama.
Yeah.
About, maybe not about an actual hospital though, but it's about where medicine and where the kind of medical practice and stuff gets produced.
Okay. Because I was sort of thinking that when I saw that, I thought some sort of horror where they're using human skin to make pillows.
Doctors are very horrible people, so it could definitely
be. So we could
horror.
mix that. It could be the story of like a factory that's making like medical products and things like that. Maybe they're getting the pillow aspect, but sort of like.
But then maybe the person who runs the thing has a secret operation on the side, and it's making pillows out of human skin.
But yeah, it could be like a factory that's coming up with. Maybe they're solving all the world's cures, and people are just accepting like, wow, they've cured cancer, they've cured STDs, they've cured AIDS, they've cured all sorts of things.
Cured it all.
But it's sort of maybe it's like a repeat thing people need to do to make sure they're immune.
Yeah.
But no one knows what actually goes on in this factory where they're coming up with all these cures, and we're exploring that.
Someone discovers the truth.
Yeah.
And we have our show, Factory Pillow Skin.
Yeah. So people working for a big corporation. I'm going to click random word 1. Cot. Okay, we've got to include a cot in it somehow.
Well, it's babies. They're clearly using
killing babies.
You wanted it horror? Let's go hardcore horror.
This is a messed up show. When do you think we'd find out? Do you think this would be like a reveal for like the final episode of series 1?
Oh yeah, this would be a mid-season finale reveal. You find out it's babies that they've been using.
They're killing babies.
They're killing babies, and worst of all, using the skin to make cots as well.
Oh no!
In the ultimate act of irony, they're killing babies to make the cots.
Like, curing world disease and overpopulation at what cost? Wow.
Babies.
Let's go random words 2. A peanut stool. Okay. I'm not really sure how we can incorporate peanut stool into the show. Maybe it's an interrogation room when someone so they realise someone has found out the secret. They also know that he's allergic to peanuts, so we get a horrifying scene, which will be like it'll be like the moment, you know, when they have like iconic moments in shows. The peanut. This would be called like peanut stool. You know, you get like the red wedding and like I can't think of other names for like
the purple wedding.
Yeah, things like that. Like people would have like a quick name for like a scene people will remember. And they'll go the peanut stool. You remember when that guy got tied up? He was allergic to peanuts, and they started feeding him peanuts, and it will be like in those top 10 moments of like horrifying horror shows. That's my idea for peanut show.
Yeah,
okay, try and incorporate the next one. I'm gonna go with another 2-word one. Lodgermite.
Well, you see, the guy who was on the peanut stool being interrogated, who they thought may have found out some secrets, has a lodger.
Oh no.
Has a lodger at his house who is actually in on all the secrets as well. He found out what his friend knew. He found all these secret documents that his friend was keeping. So he's in on the secret now as well.
So that's like the betrayal. That's how he gets found and brought into the peanut stool.
The lodger, we find that out a bit later on. He's trying to work. When he's being interrogated, he gets out. And he manages to escape, and he's like, how did they find out? And he finds out that his lodger found all his secret documents.
So this is like on the level of Jessica Jones with the neighbour who was the druggie.
Yeah, he's the Jessica Jones neighbour of this story.
And remember, to fit this, we can have a line dialogue where it's like, he's saying to someone, I think someone might know. And they go, who? The lodger might. So that's how we get lodger might.
Oh yeah, that's banter.
Okay. Let's go. I'm going to up it to 3 words now. Okay. A minute opera staple. Okay. So, sometimes, I mean, I know it's a horror thing, but sometimes, I know more in comedies and things like that, but I think, like, didn't Buffy have a musical episode?
Oh, yeah, it did, yeah.
This is our staple opera episode. Sort of minute-long operas. Maybe something's gone wrong. It'd be like a series 2 thing or series 3 once it's sort of jumped the shark a bit.
Yeah.
And they've sort of been changing the way they've been making these cures. Something goes wrong with it, and one of the effects of these like viruses that come with it is people singing opera.
Start singing opera for a minute.
So we get into a series where the truth's been exposed, but they're still making these cures. Maybe people don't believe them, and things are going wrong drastically, and now they need to find cures to solve these effects that their drugs have made. That's my idea anyway.
That's not bad.
Okay, we'll do one more. I think we've got a good idea for this show. Okay, try and include lunatic roses in Egypt.
Right, well there we go. This is where we're going to wrap it up. This is the series finale right now. They find out that the main guy who's been behind it all lives in Egypt.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's set. That's where our final series takes place. And the main character, Bangs Mahoy, is going around trying to find out the big conspiracy. What's happened? Why is this all happening? And why are they making all these cures and stuff? What's going on? And he tracks him down to Egypt, like I say, and he's going around. And we find out he's hiding in the perfect place. He's hiding in a lunatic asylum with a beautiful garden filled with roses. And our final episode takes place in this lunatic asylum, where he tracks down the main guy who's been behind it all and finally has that face to face, and boom, kills him. No, he doesn't. Well, we won't. Spoilers for the end of Factory Pillow Talk.
Series 10. We drag it out so long, and people are like, oh, just give us any reason. Explain it, end the show.
Just end the show.
And we're like, roses. And they're like, what the hell?
A lunatic asylum in Egypt. All of a sudden, Apocalypse walks out as well. He's like, you are my child.
But yeah, so that was Factory Pillow Skin.
Yeah, it's a great
Lasted
show.
for 10 series.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Wow. I quite like that one. Shall we try again?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to go with...
What's the next show?
Okay, our new show. Okay, so the 4 words. Dovetail Wave Puppet. Okay.
Okay.
We don't have to use all the words, but we need to try and incorporate all these words into the show.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be our title. But any initial thoughts? It's quite a difficult one, I think.
Dovetail Wave Puppet.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm thinking maybe it takes place in like a toy store or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good bit of that. Like I'm linking like the 2 words each together. Like I'm almost thinking like waving puppets and people selling doves.
Yeah.
But it could be like puppets being sold and stuff like that. Or maybe dove puppets. A wave. Sort of. It's a series about a time in sort of we're making this show. It's years in the future, and it's sort of like a retelling of a true story of a time in history when there was a sudden wave where everyone loved dove puppets. It was like the hit craze.
They were the hit craze. Dove
Everyone
puppets.
wanted there was just a wave of sales where everyone wanted to buy a dove puppet, and it was sort of the effects of it.
It's
So it was
the
sort of
retelling of this story.
It's like, did you ever see a show called Humans?
I heard of it.
Last
I never
year.
actually watched it.
It had the woman from IT Crowd as like a mum in it.
Oh right.
That was basically like with how people were reacting to these really realistic humans, and sort of like people becoming like too reliant on them or not trusting them and stuff like that.
Oh right.
Maybe this is a show where instead of robots, it's just people with dove puppets and becoming obsessed with them.
It's an easy thing to get obsessed over, dove puppets.
I mean, I don't know why. I mean, like, wouldn't you just get a real dove? I mean, like,
Rather
there's
than
a
a
puppet.
puppet.
But maybe people like have to rely on it. Like, people were so socially awkward in this world that they don't like to talk to people. They like to talk through their puppet.
Like to talk to their
Everyone's a
puppets.
ventriloquist, and if you're not a ventriloquist, people ignore you. They're like, you're not talking through your dove puppet. Right, let's get some more random words in. Cube.
Oh.
Are we gonna cube into our dove puppet society?
Maybe Philip Schofield runs the dove puppet selling this.
Wow,
And he called the shop is called the Cube. That's where he sells all of this.
Because we're saying it's set in the future. Maybe his career's gone so downhill, and he's trying to sort of like survive on nostalgia of like old shows such as the Cube, and that's why his shows.
And so he's decided to make that the name of his store where he sells dove puppets.
Yeah. Welcome to the Cube. Okay.
Can you beat the Cube?
Capital Elastic. Okay, I think this should just simply be the name of sort of a city. Sort of since dove puppets have become a thing, people have been using them. They've been puppeting doves to fly. Everyone gets a bit of string and they attach the dove to a bit of the ground, and they've been readjusting, ignoring all sorts of like how the sort of plates of the world have shifted. They've decided to rearrange. Like England has gone, oh, we want a sunnier climate, so they got all their dove puppets and they moved it, and the world's reshaped and things have broken and the world's nothing like it was. And now the capital of one of these new continents, of like US England or
of Spengland.
Yeah, and one less city, and this is where the places sit. This is where the Cube store is. It's in the capital of this new continent, Elastic.
Which is Elastic.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 words.
Ooh,
There you go.
scary.
Tongue, grasshopper, traffic lights.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Well, let's just go simple, shall we?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a busy store, so it's got to have traffic lights outside. Otherwise, there's going to be loads of crashing where the cars are coming past.
Yeah.
Because they're selling all these dove puppets at a high price. Yeah. One of the other products that they have, though, apart from the dove puppet in the store, is the tongue grasshopper. Oh, the grasshopper tongue.
Oh,
it's
sort of like the underdog.
Yeah, it's a really small product. It's newly released, and people think it might rival the dove puppet.
Ooh.
It's the grasshopper tongue.
This is like Series 2 territory.
This is the Series 2 reveal. It's like, we've got this new product, guys, and we really want to push it out there. It's called the grasshopper tongue. So maybe we could put it in your busy cube store, and you could try shipping it.
And
off
he's conflicted. He's
Philip's
love of dove puppets.
What do I do?
And he doesn't have Holly to sort of ask anymore because she's gone.
She's gone. She's 6 feet under.
Yeah.
In Spain, 6 feet under sand.
Well, what would the new Spain be? What would Spain join next to in this continent?
Spain is moving where Iceland used to be, so it's Spiceland.
Okay.
With the capital of Paprika.
Right. And that's where the tongue grasshopper sort of started.
That was where it originated, the grasshopper tongue. And now they've shipped it off to Spengland to try and see if they can sell it there.
It's sort of, maybe it's sort of like, it's a grasshopper that you use like as a grappling hook. Like it sits on your shoulder and it's really strong.
Oh yeah.
And then it sticks its tongue out and hooks onto things, and you can swing around like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what the grasshopper tongue does.
So
it's better than the dove puppet.
Series 2 is sort of this being introduced.
Yeah.
Series 3, there's like a big divide between people who fly around with their dove puppets
and other people
who do their
fly
tongue
around with their grasshopper tongue.
And they've become like a whole new society. We like skip annoyingly for like viewers like 10 or 20 years into the future. And society is shifted again, and people are like, oh, you didn't even explain how the previous society worked.
You didn't even explain how did the grasshopper tongue get so popular. It's such a stupid idea.
People really hate our shows. It's really mean.
They don't like them, do they?
Okay, 3 new words: pumping, colony,
capsicum.
I don't even know what that is.
Let
me define it. A tropical American plant on a nightshade family with fruits, peppers, containing many seeds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so some sort of food. Okay. So it's a plant that got mixed with pumpkins, and there's a colony of them.
There's a colony of these new plants that got mixed with pumpkins.
So we introduce a third sort of product, which is the pumpkin can't even say it. Capsicum.
Nice.
And that's when the show gets cancelled.
It gets cancelled.
They're like, what the hell are you doing now?
They just run out of ideas now.
They're like, pumpkins? No one wants pumpkins these days. Halloween was banned years ago.
It's all about dove puppets and grasshopper tongues.
And that's, when viewers start watching. Unlike the other show, Factory Pillow Skin, where that was people loved that show. Although sort of near the end, it was more because they thought the main cast were hot. But with this one, people just no one had any faith.
They didn't buy into it.
They didn't like it when we skipped ahead. They didn't think Philip Schofield was a good enough actor to be the lead of our series.
They didn't think he should have been the main guy. They wondered why he looked the same as he did in 2016.
Yeah. Wow. So that was our 2 shows.
Nice. That's a good ideas.
Right. I had one more, which is pretty similar to the random TV show, but to sort of finish off, I found it was called suggestmemovie.com. But we've got a film title. We'll try and ignore the trailer as it all popped up, because that's sort of giving us ideas. But it's Fight for Your Right Revisited 2011. Okay, so you were going for a tour at a movie studio, and you accidentally got pulled into a room with a bunch of executives, and they were like, so we hear that you're here to pitch your film Fight for Your Right Revisited. Please tell us about it. And they've locked the door, and you're not allowed to leave. What do you say? So I'm the exec. Hello.
Hiya. Well, I'm here to pitch to you today Fight for Your Right Revisited.
Okay.
And you see, I've been working on this film for a long time. It's on an issue very close to my heart. You see, it's a euthanasia-based film.
Oh, okay.
It's about a man who's contracted terminal cancer, unfortunately, of the liver.
Okay.
It took so long to think of a body part, just the liver, and the government, as you know, they don't allow euthanasia over here, and so they're like, no, unfortunately, you can't go and kill yourself. And he's like, oh, but look, I have such a poor quality of life, my family, I don't want them to see me suffering. And so it's about this man who's fighting for his right to be allowed to go to Switzerland to old Dignitas.
Okay. So is this a direct sequel to the Fight for Your Right film that you directed a few years ago?
Yeah.
Because I noticed the Revisited at the end of this.
Yeah, well, the reason it's called Revisited is because I worked on the script a few years ago, and I recently came back upon the script and decided to make some altercations.
Okay, well, normally when people rewrite a script, they just write a new draft. How come you decided to let people know that you've written a second draft and included Revisited in the title?
So people do the kind of work this is the kind of work I do. I'm committed. I'm going to do it again.
But people haven't seen Fight for Your Right.
Well, that's not the point. This isn't a sequel. This is a standalone film. It's a stand on its own. Fight for Your Right Revisited.
Okay, so you just rewrote the original film.
Yes.
Okay.
And just changed the title to Fight for Your Right Revisited.
Who are you thinking for like the lead?
Well, it's got to be someone who can play a cancer-stricken patient really well. So Bryan Cranston, obviously, he's the lead. He's got to have a love interest. Don't worry, I'm not going to pick the woman from Breaking Bad. She's annoying. The love interest is going to be Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Because I think she can play sad really well. I think she can play a desperate lover really well, as we saw in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Her performance as Hulk's lover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And the evil government guy is going to be played by Robert Redford.
Okay. So. That's very interesting. We'll have to get back to you on whether we'll commission your new film.
Oh, cheers. Thanks for your time.
Okay, let's see what my film's going to be. Okay, I can't say that, so I'm going to skip.
Yeah. Oh, I take it means hedgehog, because it just come up hedgehog.
Oh, right. Are we going to do films where we already know the plot of?
That's up to you. You're the one who's got to do this one, so...
Okay, so Life of Pi.
So, I've heard you've got a new film for me.
Yes.
Shoot.
It's Life of Pi.
Life of Pi? I feel like I've heard that before.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I know sort of back in 2012 there was a similar named film, but this is very different, indeed.
Cool.
Basically, the idea is, what if the number sort of thing, pi, was a real person? What if, similar to the success of Toy Story and things like that, where things that aren't normally alive are alive, what if numbers were alive, and in a sort of human centipede kind of way, a load of numbers were linked together, painfully so, creating this thing called pi, and a never ending. It's just...
So, let me get this straight. You want to do an origin story for pi?
Yeah. We find out it's similar to Forrest Gump, where we see key moments in the number's life, where more numbers were introduced, when people discovered him, when people like got his name wrong, and he's like, "Oh, don't you know the full name of me?" and stuff like that. And it's pretty tragic, heartwarming at times. Similar to Forrest Gump, we sort of explain that everything in the world is because of pi and stuff like that.
When do we? Does he get his super suit in this one or in the next one?
Oh yeah. This is going to be a standalone film. Because I was speaking to one of your executives in a podcast last time, and they said they didn't really like sequels. I'm not going to do a sequel for this one.
That's clever. Good idea. So he's going to get his mathematical symbol suit in this film.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. How does that happen? Does he like say, "Oh, look, I can't have people looking at these numbers all the time"? So
basically, there's a scene where he goes into prison. And he gets very embarrassed when people see the low numbers that are apart. Sort of like no one wants their low numbers exposed.
No,
and a towel falls and people see it and he's humiliated and he's picked on. And they're like, what? Numbers 1 and 2? How dare you, you're disgusting. And then and he was like, that's it. I can't live with this. I need a suit. So he's he or she, I mean numbers don't really have genders. They become the world's first number to try and hide their numbers. And basically that's how we discover pin numbers and how we sort of are able to make it that instead of the number you get like the little sort of star symbol.
Oh, right.
So we're basically saying that that's how we come to that, because the suit basically becomes the way of hiding things and people can finally not get robbed because they can hide their passwords and stuff.
Nice.
So that's the idea of the suit. That's my film. Please give me money to make it.
Well, I'll think about it. We're going to go discuss this and then we'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I think we'll do 2 parts for this one. Let's see what movie you're going to get.
Oh, God.
The Sessions,
Ooh,
2012.
Interesting.
So,
Sessions.
please, we're unfortunate to tell you that your film about euthanasia, we don't really want that.
Uh-huh.
So we want to give you a set genre that we want you to make a film. We want you to make a horror comedy.
A horror comedy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, have you got any ideas off the top of your head?
I do actually. Well, you've seen the type of director I am.
Yeah.
You've seen the kind of film I want to make.
Yeah.
The Sessions is the name of my new film, and it's about a drug addict who goes to rehab and obviously has sessions, as they're called there, to try and help with his drug problem. The start of the film is very light-hearted. You see a few flashbacks to his early life when he was a stand-up comedian. And you see a lot of his shows, and it's really interesting. You get to see his backstory, and you find out that he wasn't very funny, basically. So he couldn't get any shows, he was running low on money, and his wife was like, I don't care, you're good in the sack, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, and I've got a picture of his wife. If you look at your screen, you can see that's who's going to play his wife. And so she says, you're good in the sack, we're going to have a baby come in, so I don't mind. You do whatever job you have to do. And so he starts becoming a drug dealer because that's the job he wants to do. Okay. And whilst he's dealing his drugs, he decides to take drugs. And that's what leads to him going to rehab, which is where he has the sessions. Because as I say, that was the flashback story, so we don't go too much into that. That's just a side story on the side to explain his origins. Because I like an origin story. Yeah. And then whilst he's at rehab, that's when the horror kicks in. We find out that people, the drug addicts, not the doctors. That's going to play a big role later on. Okay. We find out that the drug addicts are being murdered in their sleep.
Oh no. In funny, humorous ways?
In funny, humorous ways. But they're being set up in weird positions. For example, one man was set up in their bed like that. Another one... podcast can't see that. It was funny, just accept it.
Yeah. It's the funniest position I've ever seen.
And there's women who are being set up like that and things like that. And it's all just humorous positions that are leaving him. Yeah. And in fact, once he killed one of the nights that he murdered some of the drug addicts, he murdered quite a few of them and he spelt them up in the word fun. With their bodies, just saying, and then when he killed enough of them, he wrote them out saying, I'm a fun guy.
Okay. Wow.
And then, just to tie into the horror aspect again more, you find out he's got this horrible, creepy mask with like a weird tusk things that are coming out. So he looks a bit like a weird rhino. Okay. That's to add to the horror. And then, going back to the joke I just told a minute ago, you find out in the end the killer is Dr. Mushroom. And that is why he did the joke,
what a twist.
I'm a fun guy.
Wow. That is... I mean, my mind is blown just hearing the idea.
I should say as well, the main character doesn't die, don't worry. He's the one who ends up stopping Dr. Mushroom.
Ah, nice. Okay. So, what I'd like to know is, have you considered having a spin-off focused about one of the sort of the side characters that's hardly in the film? I mean, can you think of any key side characters that you think you get a spin-off sequel about?
Well, we don't really look at Dr. Mushroom's history an awful lot in the film, so maybe we could do a Dr. Mushroom film.
Ah, nice.
Not to be confused with Doctor Strange. We could do a Dr. Mushroom film.
Okay. Interesting. That's it. I'm going to commission both right now.
Look at that. That's how it's done. Cheers, bud. Can I get that out of this room now?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more for me, and then we'll call it a day.
Nice.
So.
Oh, okay.
Charlie's Country. So.
Face though.
Yeah. So the picture on the website has got a guy doing like a really sinister grin, and he's got a very long beard that looks like it's linked to like his hair. But okay, so Charlie's Country basically is a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. After he has sort of taken over the factory, he's sort of become a success. The power and chocolate gets to his head.
Right.
He has a glass elevator that he can go around anywhere with, and he basically becomes a dictator. And the idea is that we watch him sort of slowly take over the country, and it's sort of like a inspirational thing of like, if you think you're better than people, you should take over their lives. That's the message. That's the heartwarming message I would like to sort of bring along with this film.
That's a good message.
I'm all for dictators, me. Yeah, and it's sort of like the rise and no fall.
No fall.
There's no conflict in this film either. So it's just success after success after success of this kid, and we just see him eating chocolate and bit, and then enslaving the Oompa Loompas. They try and create a union, but he says no, and he turns them back into full-on slaves. It's a very like inspirational sort of piece.
Nice. Do we get any cameos from Willy in the film?
We see some Willies, yeah.
Not the one you're expecting, but we see some Willies.
Yeah, but of course, he's not impressed.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
So he's kind of antagonist, but
he's the antagonist.
Yeah. Because he's like, this isn't what I meant when I gave you my chocolate factory. I did all these tests, and you seemed like such a good kid. Why are you sort of trying to take over the world? And he goes, "Oh, shut up, mate."
I love how you're pushing the protagonist as the dictator.
So yeah, that's my film.
That's a decent film.
Yeah.
Just to ask, do any of the other buckets appear in the film, or is it just Charlie?
What?
His family.
Oh yeah.
His second name
Oh
is
yes.
Bucket.
I mean, I'm well versed in the original film. We see we have a very, very creepy scene. Well, although for people who enjoy sort of seeing dictators be successful and good, they might see it as sort of like a positive, sort of light-hearted comedy moment. But basically, he gets a bit hungry and there's no sort of chocolate nearby.
Okay.
And we just see sort of him picking the bones a bit. It's a lovely moment. But that's the cameo. That's the cameo there.
Nice. Yeah, this is a perfect film. You're gonna get hired. We would see Charlie's Country.
Wow. I didn't think I could ever really do a messed up thing. I'm usually writing really light-hearted things with friendly characters.
And then she just goes to Charlie from Charlie the Chocolate Factory becoming a dictator.
But yeah, well, that was sort of the ideas I had. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm gonna end it there.
Yeah,
Charlie's Country.
End it with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's Charlie Bucket becoming a dictator.
Yeah,
and possibly eating his dead parents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just implied. Just implied. We just see a bucket with
just see a bucket and then there's some bones.
With a family box meal.
Oh God.
And that's how we know. It's sort of an Easter egg. That'll reveal sort of like when they do like the DVD commentary, and people were just like thinking, "Oh, that's a funny scene. He's trying to eat chicken, but it doesn't look like chicken." And then I go, "Actually,
that was an Easter egg for his
that was his parents." And then people get so annoyed that they sort of boycott the film
halfway through, even though the DVD would come out afterwards.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a good film. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, well, this is a very different sort of type of podcast.
Yeah, certainly a different one, yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on again.
It's all right. It's nice to be here again.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I'm going to leave on Friday. So my podcast might go back to just me talking to myself again for a bit.
Best kind.
But once I'm like, if I'm like back at like Christmas time and thing, I'm sure we'll do another one. Or things.
Certainly.
There'll probably be more films we can discuss.
Of course, we can discuss Doctor Strange.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for coming along.
Right, it's good to be here.
And thanks everyone for listening. Sorry if I traumatized anyone with my Charlie story. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.
See ya.